Hey, baby, hopping and bobbing and popping with the best bet for the boss. Beat at the top of the pop smash goal with the timely tunes for those with the textured taste. Shut up, Dave.
So I heard you've been contacting Eddie Van Halen and saying, hey, let's get back together and do it right, but still no deal, huh?
No, I have not contacted
No, you haven't?
No, not at all. And what happens is that every time they go onto the air, someone much like yourself.
Right. Yeah. All right. I had Sammy on once. Were you mad when I had Sammy on? I had him on once. He came in. He came in by surprise.
I heard that he had come on.
Yeah, he came on.
No, this is
you don't
like
care,
battles of the bands kind of stuff.
Right,
this is like junior high is like,
you know I still love you, though.
Howard, there's
hey,
a capacity to like many, many different kinds of music.
I'm loyal to my friends.
You know what I'm saying? What Van Halen is now is something very, very different than what it was before.
Yes.
It's spiritually, musically, technically, on and on. And what can you say?
I love this.
It has no relationship.
I'd love to ask you about this. I really do.
It has no relationship whatsoever. Answering something that Sam Hagar might say, Jesus, we're dealing with a generation now. When you say Sammy, they think of Hagar instead of Davis Jr. That's unfortunate.
Yes. Yeah, I understand. So the point is, you now you don't even care anymore. You don't even care about going back with Van Halen. It's over.
Like answering something that somebody in a Roadrunner cartoon says.
Well, you did develop Van Halen. I mean, you have every right to reclaim your invention.
I was one of the architects, and if I build you an airplane, you can damn well bet you can fly it without me.
I see what you're saying. Okay. I see what you're saying.
So we built it, and Van Halen still sells millions, throughout the seasons and whatnot. But what happens is they get very bitter and very angry and very harsh, and that's not why I joined music.
Right.
If I wanted bitter, angry, and harsh, I would have stayed in the military, okay?
That's right.
And what music is about is some celebration, a little mutual commiseration at worst, but not this. I can gang sign the whole alphabet. You want to see the Mickey Mouse Club?
Yeah.
M-I-C. Yeah,
wow.
See this? K-E-Y. Why y'all? That's
Now listen here. Anyway, the point is, David Lee still gets huge royalty checks from Van Halen. That's what matters. That's it. You guys got tons of dough.
Yes, I am hero.
Right. What is it, Baba Booey?
John and I were out there talking. We're both huge David Lee Roth fans, with Van Halen as well.
Yes.
And we were saying that, the big question is, they're going to be eligible for the Hall of Fame.
Uh-oh.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's going to be good.
Who gets on stage?
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, now what's going to happen when Van Halen is inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Because you guys are almost just about there.
There are certain bad words, and there are certain good words, okay? And the way you can differentiate between a good word and a bad word, think of it like this.
I just want to know what happens when you get on the stage with Van Halen.
Answer, figure it out through there.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man, give me a break.
Now
What's the answer?
back to Heidi Fleiss.
Yeah, I know.
Talking to the Indians, it's all symbolism.
Be straight with me here.
It is.
Pretend I'm your manager, and all of a sudden I give you the call and I say, listen, they're having a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Van Halen's about to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
We got to talk to both
Are you asking
and
for an
Eddie.
opinion?
Yeah, Sammy wants to be there, even though you're the guy who, David started the whole damn band. David did the whole thing with them.
But I don't even know whether the question is Sammy or David. I think it's David and
Sammy there together?
No.
And Eddie.
No. Eddie.
Oh.
This was the class.
What happened?
It's very rare that you run into a McCartney Lennon or a Jagger Richards kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's a luck scenario that you should geographically collide into somebody who has a mutual inspiration and enthusiasm.
Yes.
Or
One in a billion.
1 in a billion.
Right.
And I treasure it and I salute it when I hear it on the radio. Yeah, it makes me drive a little bit faster. And a few million of our closest friends as well.
Right.
Now, if they should ask, say, Dave, you want to come on down? Absolutely. You bet. You're only as big as the stuff that aggravates you.
Right.
And if something little aggravates you, then you're a very little person.
So you would go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh,
and you
absolutely.
You're right. And what happens when you get on stage? I mean, what are you going to say? I mean, are you guys going to pretend?
Are you and Eddie going to hug?
Yeah. Yeah, what's going to happen?
For me, it is an easy go. It is not a thing of, we're going to slug it out or whatever. We're not boxers. We're musicians.
Something bad must have really happened between these guys that we still don't know. Something really bad
left
happened.
of center? Well, what
I know David's story is that Eddie was drinking and stuff.
Yeah, he couldn't get to work.
And he couldn't get to work, and he wanted to go on tour and do all kinds of cool things and with the band. And then I heard that David wanted to bring in a keyboard player, and Eddie freaked out because he didn't think keyboards belonged to Van Halen. But meanwhile, they do have keyboards in Van Halen. That's what I heard.
What happened originally was, I said, hey, I want to tour. It takes me 15 shows just to warm up and say hello.
Right.
And it was becoming the thing of, no, we'll just play.
Valerie doesn't want it.
No, the old lady doesn't want it. So we went and we played South America. I took a year of technical Portuguese, okay, so that I could go down there and have a decent time, or at least get us completely in trouble.
Right.
And it turns out, no, I can't get all the play.
So they thought David was a pain in the ass. They thought David Lee was.
They still tour.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now what's happened, isn't that the curious? You always hate most and others that which you yourself are most capable of.
That's going to be a good Rock and Roll Hall of Fame show.
Yeah.
I'm going to that one.
Well, John and I asked.
I'm going to that one.
John and I were discussing it some more. Is there any chance that they wouldn't ask David to come?
Oh, they've got to.
They have to.
He has as much right to be there as those guys.
Absolutely.
Hagar Van Halen.
Don't you tell me.
Oh, I agree.
Don't you ever say that.
He would have to be there.
Well,
You get out of the room, Gary.
Jesus.
I think what'll
Mark.
happen is, I'll show up on stage and then we'll make a big production of the
Hugging.
Okay, well, maybe the feuds, or maybe we're going to maintain the feud.
Right.
Yeah, and it'll be a one night of, oh, wow, why did we break up?
Please,
Oh, that's going to be a good one. I can't wait for that. Oh,
And then they'll
man.
never speak
And
again.
what's curious is, as we sail on, this is something that's a major entity. It's still all over the internet. It's still...
You haven't run into those guys at all since the breakup, right?
A few years ago, I think I might have talked to you about it after I seen Ed on the street walking up, and Valerie was there. I said, Ed, how you been? Valerie said, he's fine.
Oh, geez.
Oh, really?
Oh, boy.
No talking whatsoever.
And he doesn't even speak
And he
for
kept
himself
walking?
anymore.
That's funny.
I didn't recognize him. To tell you the truth, I did not recognize him. Howard, some of us change, some of us don't.
Right.
There are only 3 people who have never changed since their inception. You, Bruce Springsteen, and Sea Anemones.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Since the beginning, years ago. You can't tell how old Howard is.
No, you never
can't
can.
tell how old Bruce is or a sea anemone.
That's right.
Trouble is, there's not a lot of work for sea anemones these days.
You're right. The hell are we talking about now? David Lee, thanks so much for stopping by the FMEs. You brightened this broadcast by coming in. And
Thanks, Howard.
I'm not sure what we talked about, but I know it was good. David Lee Roth, everyone, the great David Lee Roth.
They don't know what I'm saying, but they love the way I said it.
I'm going to say goodbye, and then this guy's going to interview you for a second. But we'll come on out here.
Did you have a good time in it, David?
With Howard, you never really know if you're having a good time or not. It's sort of like an era. You're not sure if you're in one or not till it's over.
Well, you're a talker, so is it hard to get through your point of view with him?
No, you just talk.
You just talk. You talk over him?
What's fortunate is that we end up talking about the same things. We have the same areas of fascination, and it's just, you just kind of, it would be 2 ships passing in the night, man, except like we're going the same way.